Hello and welcome back to Mapping with me. Today we go a bit to tree placement, little scenes, stones, and making the river maybe a bit more beautiful. So let's go right into it. We start with this tool. It's here we see it's the tree tool. I don't use it so much. I use actually the other. I just show shortly what it does. You can select some trees, some different trees, say the percentage what you want where. If you want maybe a dead tree or every 10th tree, then you can put here 10 or something. Let's do it also. So, and here you say six trees you want to place when you make a circle, not a circle, a square. So when I make this, it's setting randomly six trees. You can also just put here some trees randomly. Uh, I'm not that big fan of it because I like to make more scenes where I push my trees specially. But if you don't have so much time and patience for making uh, a whole map of trees, I can understand that you make this, make this, make this, make this, and the map has trees. I use also when I make a map cluster, I don't like to make like let's say this because every tree is in the game a hiding spot uh, for an for an unit. So especially here would be for elves in Battle for Middle-earth 2, 1.06, 9 or something else. A good spot to put pikes there and they're hidden forever. It can be annoying or just putting units there everywhere or a Trandoril could be really annoying for a map with too much trees. But you need trees for this game uh, because some factions are uh, really used to it, or some gameplays are really used to use the trees. You think also in goblins with their spider that they can hide the spiders in some trees. They're running away, hiding in trees, and you never find them. So this is one reason for trees. The other reason is economic stuff. So you need also when you just put uh, when you just put one tree maybe here uh, one here. It should be for the engine actually enough to hide your units in one place. But we make cluster for the reason of the usage of the economic usage of the game because because you make here woodcutter camp and would not just cut one tree and then the woodcutter camp would be useless. So the other thing, you can also you don't have to use trees. Actually, I use this tool more for the other stuff you can make shrubs. this stuff. I like this one. There are some shrubs what are not taking too much resources. So you have one object. Yeah, here downstairs you see a counter objects, trees and shrubs. Trees and shrubs have a maximum. When you put too much trees on it, they disappear. The engine doesn't make all the trees inside. The engine or the game. Let's say the game, I guess. So don't do too much shrubs. When they disappear, don't wonder. Then you have too much shrubs. You have to delete some. It depends, I guess, from the size of the map, also from the size of the count of the number of the players. So shrubs are just decoration. They don't make nothing with the game, but you can also use shrubs to hide maybe your units better. But they don't disappear. They just maybe when you have here some goblins inside or a builder inside, the enemy see them not so good. So let's just get started putting some stuff here inside. Actually, this I like to make huge, get it smaller, this kind. This is good for the rivers. Getting some green here. So you can't make the whole map beautiful, but it's maybe important because of the limited trees placement and shrubs placement. You have to maybe say, I want here a scene. This could be an interesting spot where you want to see something beautiful. So you make maybe some trees, some shrubs more than normal, and putting maybe a card here, and like this you bring attention to one place, and this place is beautiful. Others will be maybe not so much seen, or as a battlefield where you say, okay, yeah, I don't need so much attention on this place. S- So let's go. Flowers are. I don't set so much flowers. It's, I don't like to. I use textures for flowers mostly. In some maps I make them, but let's just search some trees what could work well here. Here's some of them. Some dead trees. And it's dead, it's mostly dead here. See, they don't have leaves. Oh, yeah. Place it together. Also, I don't use too much different kind of trees. So stay maybe with maximum 10 different kind of trees, shrubs as well. You don't want to mix too much because it hurts a bit for the lugs and stuff. The game doesn't like too much objects, different objects. In cases you don't know, there's a good runtime error, and he's also in the mods a a huge problem because they make their mods really beautiful, much stuff inside. You you want to play the mod, and then it says you're in a 4 versus 4 game, and then it says yeah, but you don't have memory anymore, and the game crashes, and you was in the middle of a winning game, so you will hate the map and you will never play it again, or you have to play it in a really bad resolution, and that's not the idea. I mean, we make here maps, and you want to produce maps where where the people see what you do. They want You want to maps what are beautiful and playable. Control C, Control V for getting some stuff here. Turning much of copy pasting helps. So in stones you have to be careful because there's something you can activate actually, tile feedback and something else, influences maybe. So wandering boxes. This show wandering boxes. With this, you see how much space this will take, which geometry the object has. So you see, this takes something away. Trees and shrubs normally not so much, or nothing actually. Like it's small object. But for stones, you have to be very carefully which stones you take. For example, this have a geometry and units going here through, and it's perfect for maybe a wizard blast or something. And you don't want these rocks here for decoration purposes. So you take a rock like this, what is small, but if you want bigger rocks but still walkable, you can make them big. Control M is for selecting all on the same type. Put them a bit down. So let's uh, let's turn some of them because it doesn't work like this. I could make that they turn themselves in the options of the world builder. You can turn them separately when you select them. That's not what we want. It's just some stupid rocks here. Also some rocks. Maybe we take this one. So let's go, oh, bigger. We also can select them all. Okay, I need to see something. Dark warp gray 17. Select them all. Edit. Replace selected. Orbital. Mask natural. Dark 17. Okay, and they are now this color. I think this is better for the river. So now we have this. We want some water ripples. I don't know what it calls. Okay, water, no, no. Search it again. Hmm. Let's search them in the other map. The good thing is you can always search your maps. Search your maps. If you don't find something, search it in other maps. It's always easy. Let's go Brandy Hills. No, this is backup. Which of it? I'll search Iron Mountains of it. Actually, Iron Mountains too have a lot of style in this kind. I don't like their blue mountains. I wanted to make them red because iron is red. For me, in stones. So let's see. Let's go. This one. And where are you? Water Ruby spawn. System. Water. Water. This is nice. Yeah. Water Ruby spawn. There's okay, and system. There should be in one other also this. I saw it not just in important stuff. I like it to use this in all my maps. Everywhere where stones are. You have to see later in the game always if you have maybe uh, weird stuff going on with this. Sometimes something happens. So okay. So what we have It's also recommended to when you have an area of trees that you use other texture maybe. So it's maybe such a good texture for our tree. Something something that we don't have yet. Looks good. I like it. And this is what I meant in my previous videos. The trees moving when I use textures. The problem is now you want actually to see the trees when you're texturing because you need the areas, but sometimes it can get a bit laggy for it. So you may make the texture before you placing the trees, or you make it after when it's still possible. Second, this one. Never use just one texture for something. It's boring. Nobody likes boring maps. Especially this kind of trees take a lot of good ground. That's why I bring not green grass under the trees. I bring something the plants doesn't like so much the earth of this. So here upstairs, this looks actually like a grass, like a flower area. I don't know why there are no flowers. Can't believe it. So something has to be here. Maybe in the next video we put something there. Let's put a bigger rock maybe. Something cool. Like this. This is cool. But actually maybe more. This type. Yeah, a circle there. Some smaller rocks. See this I can take. This. This is also interesting. Align to terrain. Sometimes it's buggy. I don't know why. Maybe someone of you know it. Sometimes it doesn't work, and I don't know why. So I don't use it anymore because then I have to fix it somehow. I have to search where was the error, and I just remove them. Um, Maybe put some more grass. Put it over here. So normal grass. Some grass. This is important. This I like actually the combination of stones and shrubs. This makes this little scenes what I told before. I want here the stuff you use really some time inside for just a little area. But when you make the whole map like this, you would use too much resources. So let's put maybe same kind here. This a bit bigger. So tree logs. I love to use tree logs for decoration, especially on the riverside. S- here. Also in one map, I use textures under this. Let me see if I find something what I like. Difficult. To find textures is always a bit tricky. You have to search all the stuff. If you search something green, you need to search in the green stuff, but sometimes it's not there and you don't know where to search. This is too green. Mm. Also, sometimes it's easier to search in regions. And this, this could be. Ah, here I don't like it. Uh, Here this is crying for some trees. Don't have to much, be much, but it's really needed. Some greener stuff. Now we want also maybe some animals, and then I guess we have enough for oops, wrong button. For now, some horse, a boar family. So you can add somewhere else. People like when there are animals. Some small details. Maybe guy who got fucked up on his road. When you make scenes like this, you have to bring more beauty, more attention to these places. Okay, that's for today. Looks nice. Looks a bit nicer, but probably when I would make a map, I would take a bit more time for it and would make also a bit more texturing. This is maybe too one-sided, but it's getting better. So have a good time. See you next time, and let me commentaries what I should make next. See you.